What's up, Kingdom? It's your Lord and Savior King D353 of an episode of Let's Play Pokemon Academy Life Forever. In the last episode, shit got real, and our secret was revealed to the world by the combined efforts of Sharon, the two random rich kids, and unwittingly Sabrina. Now, I said last week that I would check and see what happens if you let Blue beat you, which I was considering doing, but ultimately didn't, because I didn't think the game actually wanted you to do that. Like, if it was up to me, I would have just lost the match, but Red said he can't just let Blue win. The character didn't want to win. The game clearly has made it a point that you don't want to lose matches. At least not most matches. So I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I should have just went with my gut and went, I want to lose this match, so just throw the match. Point is, I said I would tell you guys what happens if Blue wins. I've decided I'm going to check that after I do Sunday, because I don't know if it's a proper path split or not. If it is a proper path split, cool, I guess. If not, I don't want to, ruin the drama that we've unfolded with Sunday. So I'm gonna do Sunday first, then I'm gonna go back in time and see if losing to Blue changes anything. Cool? Cool. Alright, let's get into Sunday and see the aftermath of what just happened to me. You are no longer you. You wake up from a nightmare. It's the same old one. You barely register anymore. A nightmare? Wait, what do you mean a nightmare? What the fuck? Oh! I'm gold! When they said you're no longer you, they meant it. I'm gold now. I'm bonding with Cherry, who is my oak, and Dwayne, whose relationship to me is wannabe. Wow, Gold does not think kindly of me. What the hell? Wait, no, hold up. Sorry, I think I've been misreading these. Because my relationship to her is that I'm her student, so I'm not saying Red's the wannabe, I'm saying I'm his wannabe. That's depressing. Also, what do you mean class is none? All of our classes are the same. Yawn, checking the time on your clock. Seems you've woken up early. My team is the same because of the fact that he always has the same team as me, but my nicknames are gone because he doesn't have them nicknamed. Why is his Absol a level lower than mine? Wait, are all of his Pokemon a level lower than mine? I never noticed that. All of his Pokemon are a level lower than mine. How does that work if I'm having the same move sets though? Because some of these moves were freshly learned. Well, relatively early. Still, it's a Sunday. It's not like you have anything going on. Also, Gold's Pichu isn't here, even though Pichu does stay in its Pokeball. You slowly pull yourself out of bed. Your four roommates are gone, of course. So late in the day, it could only be expected. Your little electric partner jumps into your bag as you swing it over your shoulder. You ponder what they might be serving in the cafeteria. Maybe they're still serving breakfast. You get a late brunch or something? Yawn again, but a minor electric shock from your bag reminds you that you're not the only hungry one in the room right now. As you walk into the cafeteria, you hear a low, disgruntled murmuring sound echoing from your classmates. You ignore it as no one looks at you. You find an empty table and sit down to eat by yourself, picking at some leftover waffles. It's only noon, but you've already feel like you've wasted your entire day. Why does it sound like Gold's depressed? You decide to take a nap. Perhaps when you wake up, you'll feel more prepared to handle what comes next. Hey. Oh, it's Leaf. You blarely blink the sleep out of your eyes. You look up to see a familiar girl standing over the table, glaring down at you. Are you just gonna sleep there and pretend there isn't a big elephant in the room? What are we gonna do? You raise an eyebrow at the girl. She seems to have some very strong feelings about something you aren't familiar with. Sounds like a whole lot of not your problem. I didn't. Dude, Gold's so pessimistic. What the fuck? I knew he was hiding some shit, but I didn't know he was so angry at the world. Like, damn. You shrug and prepare to go back to sleep. Ethan! Whoa, what? What? What are you going to do? Look, Leaf. Wait, the fuck do you mean Leaf? When have you ever gotten anyone's name right? Fine, I'll do your fucking job for you. Look, Lasagna, I don't know what you're talking about, but I can't help you with whatever it is that's got you like this. My name's Leaf, not Leaflet. I tried, okay? I tried. I got the wrong name incorrect. And I thought you were like his best friend. Honestly, Leaflet's not even that bad of a name. He basically gave you a cute nickname. Man, I'm not anyone's best friend. I mean, according to your ranks, you're Cherry's best friend. Do you at least know where he is? Why do you have question marks for your name? Yeah, maybe. I wasn't clear. Who are you talking about? Who? Are you kidding me, Ethan? Dwayne, your roommate. Whoa, what's the passion? No, I don't know where he is. It's a Sunday. He's probably out studying or training or something. It's not like I keep tabs on him. Oh, right. So it's a total coincidence that you always end up in the same place. You just coincidentally end up doing everything he does? Hey, he might be copying me. Like, you know, those Pokemon he picked up during the egg hunt. Yeah? I already had their exact eggs in the incubator. My old neighbor sent them to me. That's why I didn't pick up any eggs during the hunt. I already had as many as I could carry. And you can't blame me for the dino. Someone gave us 2 dino eggs at once. She's a competitive breeder, and she dumps her breedjects on me? I don't know, but that's what she does, alright? That would explain why our IVs are so Holy God! Oh my... All of Ethan's Pokemon have 1 IVs. What the fuck? Ethan is literally just worse me in every way, shape, and form. He doesn't even have EVs. Wait, have you never won a fight? How'd you... Actually, no, they level up in this game even if they lose fights. In fact, you get more experience if you lose a fight. Well, fine. Maybe you aren't stalking him, but can't you at least use your connection to figure out where he is? Great. Ethan Gold, the world's best compass for people who are better than me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't go out of my way to follow him. Heck, half the time I get there first. Well, if you could be anywhere right now, where do you wish you were? Honestly, home. Ugh. Yeah, sorry. Why are you even asking? Don't you have his phone number? I do, but he's not answering his phone. I haven't been able to track him down all day, today, or yesterday. I gave him some space yesterday, but I thought we needed to talk today. You know nothing about you passes the Bechdel test. What? Nothing. Anyway, what's this about giving him space? Did something happen? What? Okay, I'm getting the vibe that something did happen. Did did you not go to the speeches? You didn't even go there to support your two roommates? Hey, I was going to. I just didn't feel up to it. Figured it'd be better to take a nap and maybe when I waked up things would be better. Oh, then someone should probably tell you what happened. Sounds like you're gonna tell me some bad news that wasn't affecting me before now. Can I just opt out? Dwayne has a power that makes people in Pokemon like him. That's how all of his Pokemon listen to him and how he's got many, so many friends. That sounds hard to believe. How did you find out? How many people know? You're going to want to be sitting down for this. I'm already sitting down. I am? Leaflet. No, we're gonna do a new one each time. Lamborghini tells you the details of prior day's disastrous student council election. Why? Why didn't he just lie and tell everyone Sharon was crazy? It's not that hard. It's really easy, actually. Sounds like Sharon was willing to accept any lie he was told. If only Dwayne was willing to lie. So everyone lost track of him after the election, and no one I've talked to has been able to find him since. Well, sorry to disappoint, he wasn't there when I went to bed last night. Come to think of it, I don't think any of my roomies were. And I went to bed pretty close to curfew. We were meant to go to the city today. Crap, that's right, I was going to have a talk with Dwayne about my theory. Damn, I remembered for half a second after I woke up, but I figured since he wasn't in the room that he'd canceled on me. You didn't think to, I don't know, call him and see if your plans were still on? What? You never have someone ghost you over a meeting you set up, but didn't actually want to? It's the best feeling in the world, believe me. I'm not going to be your therapist. Hey, that's what my dad said. Also, Leaf, if you don't want to be his therapist, get the fuck out of his table. He has 3 other roommates, right? Maybe one of them will know where he went? Wait, fine, I'll help you find him. Again, it's Sunday, so it could be anywhere. Dude's a massive socialite, as you've probably noticed by now. Great, thanks. But, where to then? Well, you said you were meant to meet in the city, right? Maybe he's out there. Without me? Sure, he went there to meet you, because his phone's dead. It's unlikely, but it's the only lead I've got. Sure, I'm willing to try it. You and Lafayette make your way to the city. It's not long before you find a familiar face, though wearing an unfamiliar expression. Hey, Nacho. Nardy? Sure, why not? Hey, MC Squared, I'm kinda busy right now. Yeah, what are you doing? Looks to me like you're just looking at that statue having a good conversation. I don't know why I rushed that line, leave me alone. I don't. I mean, I didn't. Elucidating. That's a gnarly word. Hold on, you were asking me questions about Tia. Then you started asking me questions about Dwayne. Aren't you Sharon's roommate? Were you spying on Dwayne for him? Tia? Who's that? No, I wasn't spying. Okay, well, if I was, but it wasn't for C. I didn't even know that our Acehole was working with him. You gotta believe me, that guy in purple came up and offered a trade. I had no idea what he'd do with what I told him. I just needed some information and he had it. What did you tell him to get that information, Nate? Look, I just told him how to access the security footage from the laboratory security cameras. It's not that big a deal. I didn't, tell him any secret passwords or anything. All that information's publicly available for the school's security room. Just had to walk in there and ask for recordings. Oh yeah, we were going to do that for our first week here when we thought that Dwayne's bag was stolen. That's all you did. Why are you looking so guilty? You've been asking me a bunch of questions about Tia and Dwayne. You were asking Ethan a bunch of questions too, weren't you? Huh? How'd you know? 'Cause she stalks me. Gotcha. The only reason someone would hang out with me is if they wanted something. I see where you're coming from now. Yeah, you're right. I don't like that she's smiling at that. Her smile hasn't left her face. She's like, yeah, you're a loser and you know it. Tee hee. Meanwhile, Nate has the correct expression of, God damn, man. MC. Well, Nate, you didn't just tell him to get some publicly accessible information. There's something more. Look, I knew what he was going to find. I watched the vids first, but I didn't think he was going to do something like that. I mean, he couldn't exactly try to make some sort of argument that Dee got into the school unfairly without turning a massive lens on himself, right? I didn't think he'd be so stupid. What did the video show? Not falling for that one again. I purged the database and magnetized the tapes, and put three-factor authentication as to go for me on any future information requests. Great, so now that the ship's sinking, you think you can just stuff a towel into holes and we'll forgive you? I don't particularly care for your forgiveness. I just want Dwayne, or at least the chance to apologize. Dwayne's or the chance to apologize. I always screwed things up for him. What information did you want so desperately that you were willing to burn down Kokubon to get it? I can't tell you that. Why the hell not? I can't tell you that either. Look, you can't tell anyone about this, but I'm pretty sure there's a dangerous Pokemon hiding out in the forest. Everyone here could be in danger. Now, I know some people who can subdue that Pokemon, but if I'm gonna convince them to come here, I need to know where the Pokemon is, how powerful it is, and when there will be no one around. So this is probably the Pokemon that Tia is hiding from. Understand? This is bigger than a college student's small secrets. I'll trade away anything I need to make sure I can complete my mission. You're a real piece of work. Well, since you can't get a single piece of information from two idiots without ruining everything for everyone, and can't fight off a mysterious, dangerous Pokemon, excuse my disbelief, do you at least know where Dwayne is? No, all my sources have gone silent. The whole school has. No one's talking to each other. Everyone's hiding out in their dorms. Empty classrooms. There are walls between my usual network. Then what good are you? What good am I? Leaf, you really are an ass. Bye, Nacho Libre. It was fun while you were pretending to be interested in me. MC squared. If you're trying to convince me that you weren't just looking for information on Dwayne, save it. I don't know where he is, but B might. Great. Bianca, right? Yeah, Bianca's B. Leaf. Oh, right, I forgot. I was supposed to give her a wrong name. Lunchables. My name's Leaf, but yeah. Nate thinks that Caterpie might know where Dwayne is. Oh, wait, Caterpie's B? I thought Bianca was B. Wait, no, I have to give him an incorrect name. You know what? I'm just gonna go with Caterpie. Nate thinks he knows where Nate thinks Caterpie might know where Dwayne is. Nacho, who the hell is... Oh, of course. If you're not Dwayne Stalker, then Caterpie totally is. Or, you. Or Tia. Sounds to me like Sharon might... No. Sounds to me like Chicago might have a point. I'm really bad at this getting names wrong thing. As you walk into the battle hall, you see Blaziken training. Sweat covers his brow and soaks through his clothes. He's clearly been working hard at this. Very hard for a long time. His Pokemon have the same sort of stony determination. They all look tired, but they're moving through their paces, attacking, defending, and counterattacking with a resolute rhythm. Hey, Caterpie, you! You're the reason he went to that goddamn election! This is your fault! Hey, I didn't even go to the election. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to Leaf. Oh. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Like I was gonna say, I don't really see a way you can blame me for this. Wait, what did Leaf do? Nothing! You just refused to step away from him for half a second so I could talk to him. If I talked to him properly, he wouldn't have gone to the election. Bullshit! You could have told him not to go while I was there. What do you think I was doing? It's not like I could just tell him in front of you that if you go, Sharon will tell everyone about Frenergy. What? Nothing. No, you said Frenergy. Well, yeah, that's what the power's called. What, weren't you at the damn election? I wasn't, and even I know that. Don't think so, bud. Sharon never told us what the power was called. Damn. Frenergy? Is that what I have? Well, how did you... Wait. You already knew. That's what you told all his friends back then. That's how you convinced them to abandon him. Because you convinced them that he was just brainwashing them. That wasn't enough for you, was it? You had to go and do it again. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. I love how I've just turned blue into fucking Bakugo. Or at least that's essentially what I'm trying to do with my voice. I have no clue what I actually fucking sound like. Oh yeah? Because it sounds to me like you were sick of being second best to Dwayne. So you blasted Dwayne's reputation again, but let Sharon take the blame for it this time. That's a very dumb accusation when yesterday he was blatantly trying to get me not to go to the auditorium. Shut up! No one listens to me. No one. So how the hell was I supposed to know Sharon actually was? What? You saw how Dwayne was at the battle team meeting on Friday, mouthing off to Lance like that? Oh, I'm on the left side of the room. I hate that dumb country boy shtick of his. We're from the same damn town, but he acts like he grew up riding Rhyhorn and milking toros. Uh-huh. So yeah, I was complaining to Sharon. I told him that Dwayne gets anything he wants, and everyone pays attention to him just because of who he is. That he's just had everything he's ever wanted handed to him. Wait, so Sharon acted that seemed unusual to me. Like he has some sort of power, and I said yeah, because what kind of idiot would think it was an actual power? I've said shit like that 100 times and no one's ever listened to me. No one's ever cared that it's unfair. So how the hell was I supposed to know that this one time someone was listening? I was just venting. I swear to God, if she's about to blame him, I'm gonna bitch slap her. Seems pretty sus. Shut the fuck up, Ethan! Oh, great job. You ruined his life again. You and Nate. Again, Leaf. Shut the fuck up. Nate? What a dad egghead. The lab security camera. Damn it, Gramps. Wait, what I don't get is how you knew he had his power in the first place. Think about it, Ethan. If those purple students wanted to see video footage from the research lab, then Dwayne must have been there, probably talking to someone. Who do we know who Dwayne's close to, who hangs out around the research center a lot? That redhead with the right proper Galarian Galarian accent? What was her name? Sonia? God. God? Also, wait, no, I said Sonia by accident. Sorry, I meant to say, Sriracha. There we go. No, I'm saying God. You're literally painful to talk to. Yeah, some people would say the same thing about you, Princess. You're kind of 110% all the time. Oh, thank you, someone else notices it. Well, at least I'm not 0% all of the time. Oh my god, would you two shut up? Yeah, Gramps told me, over and over and over, believe me. There wasn't a single goddamn second when I was a kid I wasn't being reminded that Dwayne had this special power to make him so much more important than me. Leaf, I swear to God, if you use this moment to insult him again. You're still an enormous douchebag, but Can it? I don't need sympathy from Dwayne's hanger-on and clone. Well, you're not getting it now. I was never offering it. Do you at least know where Dwayne is? No, but he's probably with his other student council nerd friends. I bet they're all decorating the student council room right now. Are you serious? What? You seriously think Dwayne, any of them, got elected? After Sabrina dropped her bombshell? It was a 20-minute ride in the auditorium. Lance had to step in to quiet everything. The only one in the student council hopeful still on the stage by the time Lance stepped in was Jasmine, and I think she was there 3 seconds away from fainting. Seriously? Yeah? Why are you surprised? I'm not used to something actually going badly for Dwayne. Even with my screw-up, I figured. I can assure you, Mr. Oak, that this went very poorly for everyone involved. A third of the school student population was involved in that nonsense. The news, I imagine, has spread to the other 2/3. And someone is going to have to clean up your messes. The school has already incurred 2 significant legal actions as a result of the catastrophe. I might have known by the first major crisis this year would be because of you and Dwayne, Blue. Hey, I just explained that! You just made an excuse. Take responsibility for your mistake. Advisor Lance. I cannot begin to describe how frustrated I am right now. Think very carefully about whatever you're about to say that needs to be said. Do you know where Dwayne is? I give good advice and the children just ignore it. No, I do not. But if he's intelligent, which there's not yet any evidence of, he'll make sure I do not know where he is for at least 1 week. Oh. But if I were to hazard a guess as to who might know, I would put you in the direction of Professor Oak. He seems to have a close relationship with the boy. I imagine he sees something of interest in young Mr. King, though I can't imagine what. Fascinating gut flora, perhaps. Right. Thank you, advisor. Are you just being on purposely ignorant? Come on, Ethan. We're getting answers to this. Wait. Did Dwayne freeze? Go completely silent when he was up there? Yeah? I didn't know him. Not really. Not until he got over it. But when we were kids, until we were about 8 or so, he was silent. Huh? Not completely. He would sometimes yell or grunt or mutter something. No one could hear. The doctor said he was perfectly fine, as far as they could tell. He just didn't see the need to talk. The one time I heard him say anything, it was, "Words are unnecessary." So you've got an idea of the kind of kid he was. Anyway, that's when Gramps got bored of his current project and decided that curing Dwayne would be a great way to spend my lifetime. How'd he do it? I don't know, but sometimes I wish he hadn't. Now you can't get Dwayne to shut up. Hey, when you find Dwayne, you tell him to find me, huh? I'll be right here. I'm not going to stop training till I see his ugly mug and can beat it from being hard-headed dumbass again. Wait to see your grandfather, then. Yeah, smell you later. I don't really see the point of me being in this scene. I need eyes to look through and I can't become a woman, I guess. Professor Oak. Oh, yes, Miss Green. I'm sorry, Miss Green, but my office hours are closed. Please come back tomorrow after class. Wait, it's about Dwayne. I feared as much. Please, Professor, tell us everything. I suppose this data is irrevocably corrupted. I certainly won't be publishing anymore, so I'll answer 3 questions. What? Only 3 questions? I've recently spent the better part of 2 decades working towards an academic dead end. It's only the promise of the Meteor Project that you don't find me collapsed in my office, smelling strongly of whiskey. My time for now is still valuable. Fuck you, old man. Fine, what is Dwayne's power? It's a simple empathy inducer. Those around him cannot help but feel his feelings, understand his intent, truly know him. I named his power Phrenergy, a kind, humble name. I believed that it would revolutionize our understanding of humanity's bonds, and our bonds with Pokemon. I did not consider that the feeling of those affected would be as strong as they are. As you have seen in this world, there are many who consider being asked to show empathy a direct attack. I should have anticipated that this power, which by its own nature could not be kept secret forever, would reveal itself damagingly. So it's not mind control? Well, that's the second question. Not at all. It is kindness. Pure, concentrated, unconditional kindness, which naturally is an enormous threat to the way of things. So he wasn't mind controlling me. The reason I liked him so much was because he, wanted that? Well, I cannot speak to the specifics of your particular case, but if you had a fondness for him, it's very likely he had a fondness for you, too. Knew it. Alright, I'm happy. Ethan, you can ask your questions now. Huh? You axed free. Sure, but you said we can both ax free. No, I didn't. Didn't you? No? Yes. Yes? Well, if you insist, Ethan, go ahead. I still think Leaf is too much sometimes, but that was glorious. Gaslighting an old man. Nice. All you gotta do now is gatekeep and girl boss. I mean, she girl bosses all the time, so all she has to do is gatekeep. Are you going to complain or ask your questions? Oh, don't think I can do both. Don't think I can do both? I am quite the multitasker. Do I have the same sense of humor as Red, too? I can't tell if this is showing how similar me and Red are, or if this is showing how lazy the people writing this damn game are. Professor Oakley. Hey. I don't think we've ever met before, but, Professor... Actually, no, he does say Cherry's name correctly. Professor Cherry has told me a lot about you. She really respects you. We'll see if that's the case after this afternoon. I believe we teachers are meant to have a meeting to discuss the events of the student council election. Oh, when I think that I encourage all my students to go there. Right, here's my question. Dwayne and I, end up in the same place, doing the same thing, making the same decisions. Is that a side effect of Phrenergy? No. Oh. Is there, even a chance? No. At its most powerful, Phrenergy might influence someone to follow a wielder, given the bonds of trust are inherent in such things. But what you're describing is a persistent, systematic copying effect, is outside the realm of Phrenergy I've studied. Oh, that's a dead end. I am mildly interested in the phenomenon you mentioned, though. Perhaps when I'm able to publish my media research, I'll see what's happening to you and Dwayne. Great, second place to a rock. Okay, question number 2 then. Caterpie told us that you told him about Phrenergy. You're trying to keep this a secret from everyone, but Dwayne, why'd you tell Caterpie? Well, to be quite simply, he asked why I was spending so much time with his best friend, and I'm a firm believer that families shouldn't keep secrets from each other. Ah, so Blue is the one person that actually gets answers to his fucking questions. Got it. You didn't think that would give him a complex? That his best friend had some sort of superpower that made people like him? That is not what Phrenergy does. Why, most discoveries of science are consistently misinterpreted by the public in the least charitable fashion. In any case, no, I did not think that would give him any sort of complex. He is confident enough in himself that I dare say nothing could so much as give him a reason to pause, let alone a complex. Wow, old Sam's a terrible judge of character. Yeah, I'm learning a lot about the faculty of Kokobon today. You've one more question. That was technically 2 questions right there, so I should be out. But, thanks for being nice, Oak. Right. I really only wanted to know those two, to be honest. But, well, we've asked everyone else, and no one else knows, so. Do you know where Dwayne is? Hmm. No. Did you check the city? Yeah, I mean, not all 90 square miles of it, but a bit. What about the battle hall? We're both battle team members. Yes, we checked the battle hall. I'm afraid I've no idea then. If you see him, do make sure to let him know, if you will. I'd like to talk to him about his place in this academy, given recent developments. Are you about to kick me out, you old piece of shit? Sure. You and Lavenza end up spending the rest of the day crossing the campus searching for Donut. Lanyard rummages through every bush in the garden. You look in every stall in the sports center locker rooms. Larry, the cable guy, even drags you up to a woman's restroom near the cheer squad's changing room. For some reason. Unsurprisingly, he's not there either. Eventually, the two of you awkwardly part ways, with you promising to Lady Gaga if Daniel is back at your dorm. Of course, you don't have her number. You're almost back to your dorm when you spot a familiar man standing in the familiar garden, staring up at a familiar sky. Sounds familiar. Dean? Winchester? Mr. Gold. Are you all right? It breaks my heart, Mr. Gold. One day you're all children, fresh-faced and excited to face the world. And the next, you're men and women in a war. A war of survival against the world, against each other, against yourselves. But the stars still shine for you. And they still shine for you. There's no doubt about that. But do they shine for me? Is there something I could have done differently? I disallowed faculty from attending the elections with the thought that you would be more free, more honest about your thoughts and desires without the administration breathing heavily down your neck. Was that a mistake? Was I, Drayden, meant to anticipate the cruelty of men who believed themselves on the side of truth? I couldn't say, sir. No, I don't think anyone could. Pardon my ruminations. What will happen to those students? To everyone involved? Mr. Charon requested to be expelled. I refused him, insisting he take responsibility for his actions. I am unsure for now what form that responsibility will take. Whatever the case, there are hundreds of students who are scared, upset, and angry. I'm half tempted to place him in the student council and make him deal with the mess he caused. Do it. I still think he should be president, or at the very least vice president. Yeah, what Sharon did was fucked, but let's be real, I cannot blame him in the slightest. But I think that would send a wrong message to the student body. His fate remains to be seen. Those insidious siblings have been pulled from the school. Well, that's mean. Well, I guess they did technically possibly assault Sabrina, so yeah, I guess it makes sense. I don't think being angry at me is a crime. I do not think revealing my secrets is a crime. The only thing I could possibly be angry at them for is possibly hurting Sabrina. Other than hurting Sabrina, I don't consider anything they did wrong. Well, I guess trying to ruin my standing in the school when I was trying to be president was wrong, but that's just politics. Their parents are on the board of trustees, are understandably upset. I fear a phone call from the president of the university any minute now. Mr. Callum and Miss Serena have, I believe, taken temporary off campus accommodations. They likely need time to process, refocus, and prepare to face their mundane day to day once more. Miss Jasmine, though distressed, has shown remarkable improvement today. I believe she'll be back in class tomorrow. Mr. Grusha, however, the fall from the stage exacerbated his condition. I do hope that he recovers quickly, but his doctor recommended he spend some more time in the infirmary. Given the extraordinary circumstances, I've asked the previous student council to remain on board for as long as they are willing. I was never fond of them. A slacker who was elected solely through popularity. A woman who demanded irrational, massive sweeping changes to our very academic system, and then a third sensible feller neither of the other two listened to. But at the very least, they managed to avoid getting into a fight on stage that caused the entire student body to turn against itself. I truly didn't think this was a possible quality I should have commended for last year. And well, as for Mr. King, I suppose I needn't tell you what's happened to him. I tried to stop him, but whereas Mr. Charon, at least, I could cow into following my will, felt like there was no force of nature, no man or beast that would move Dwayne from his path. Wait, what? I've been trying to figure out where Dwayne went all day. Oh? This is exceedingly painful for me to tell you, then. What? What do you mean, Dean? Ethan. Last night, almost exactly 24 hours ago, Dwayne visited me in my office. He didn't say a word, but he held with him a piece of paper. Wait, Ethan. Dwayne King has dropped out of Kokobon. So is this next week going to be trying to find me? Or did I somehow find myself in the bad ending path? Yes, I know I'm no longer me. You don't have to repeat that. This is so interesting. I want to keep going. How long is this episode so far? 42 minutes. You know what? I am still going to end this here, but I'm probably going to do what I do sometimes and just do another recording directly after this, because I'm super interested. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed making it for you all. That is the wrong button. If you enjoyed and feel I deserve it, you can donate to me at buymeacoffee.com/KingD353 or patreon.com/KingD353, whichever one you're more comfortable with. Every donation is appreciated. For $1 a month, you can help support channels which I get to eat food. If you want more control of your donations, you can instead donate to me at throne.com/KingD353. Throne involves less around monetary donations and more around physical donations. Rather than giving me the money I need to buy something of my choosing, you can send me the item that you want me to have, be it equipment for my channel, food for my mouth hole, or something to troll me with. Send me a bomb for possibly getting the bad ending. Finally, if you want to spend some time with me, join me in my personal Discord. Once you're there, we'll chat, play video games, share memes, and have ourselves a grand old time. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see all you beautiful people later. Deuces, Kingdom.